just Abby this week. Cory is out. He recently added a new member of his family and is taking advantage of Bully Welch's parental leave. And while the cat's away, the mice will play. So I wanted to talk about something that Cory never wants to talk about, which is dressing for an interview. Because I think a lot of the advice out there isn't really relevant, especially in a market like Portland that tends to skew more casual. And so I tend to break down interview attire into 4 distinct categories: professional, business casual, creative, and casual. And that is mostly because I think it kind of lumps in nicely and kind of gives you a sense of like, unlike wedding dress codes, you know, what is casual garden party? It gives you a little sense of like what to wear would be appropriate at an interview. So for professional environments, these are things that the traditional advice might actually apply to. They tend to be things like finance firms, legal firms, you know, more on the very corporate kind of traditional side. And for those kind of environments, the traditional suit or a suit's usually a good call. Or neutral side, kind of tasteful accessories and not a lot of personality. You don't want to be remembered for your tie or handbag. You want to be remembered for the contributions and your interview answers. Most offices will probably fall into the business casual, so that's kind of like Bully Welch. And you can show a little bit more personality. A suit might kind of be out of place at a lot of places like that. And maybe this is like in an HR role, for accounting, for some legal positions, kind of in anything in the administrative field. And you can show a little bit more personality. I wouldn't necessarily wear this shirt. I think these are elephants, but something kind of similar. And, you know, overall kind of neutral and simple, and, you know, nothing too distracting. You want people, once again, to remember you and not your outfit. Creative agencies, or, you know, marketing, suit would be wildly out of place. That's why I think a lot of the traditional interview advice really leads people astray. Show your taste and creativity, and not in a way that's like, wow, check out this, you know, bright pink shirt, but in a way that says, you know, this person really understands aesthetics, this person understands trends, this person understands what's cool. You're not dressing too corporate in those kind of environments. And that also applies to really casual offices. So for me, I think of maybe something like a startup or even some nonprofits, some more casual offices, manufacturing environments, things like that. You don't necessarily want to show up and be totally out of place. You know, if the people interviewing you are in jeans, you don't want to be that person who's dressed very formally. I can say, I had one person tell me, dress like you were going to brunch at grandma's house. I thought that was pretty good advice. So, you know, just make sure that your clothes are not the things you are remembered for. I'd say that would be my biggest piece of interview advice. And I've put together some visual examples of what I think makes a good interview outfit, but there's more information on the Bully Welch Pinterest page. You didn't know we had one of those, did you? And hopefully Cory will be back next week, but otherwise I've lined up a great panel of guests. And follow along, #humanjobsearch, and we'll see you next week.